So I don't know why Fantano is coming at, or how do you pronounce his name? Fantano? Fantano. I say Fantano. That makes sense. Fantano. Anyway, he's trashing Summrs' album again. I don't know, like, was it a relook or whatever it's called? Like a second review to see if you really, maybe you missed something that you liked on the album but just didn't know at the time. Who knows? But it's on a whole separate video, I'm pretty sure. Fantano just like utterly destroys Summrs, and I feel bad for him. Like, Summrs already was slitting his wrist and sad about the performance of his album. And so now Fantano is just digging a grave for him. He's too low level to understand Summrs. I think he's too high level to understand Summrs. I feel like Fantano is looking for something that just that's not the type of music that this lane of music makes. Like Yeet is the one that kind of still caters to, I don't know, very complex flows, whereas that's not really what Summrs is there for. He's supposed to be like the drugged out, lazy flow, kind of like Can. Like when we were watching Can's performances, of course Can's not jumping around like I don't know, he's on 16 Mountain Dews. He's probably off the lean. Like that's what he raps about all day long. And same thing with Summrs. He's talking about on the Roxys. I'm pretty sure, what is a Roxy? Ain't that like a 30? A perk 30? Like, of course he's not gonna be on cocaine, bro. You ain't never heard him rap about that in his life. But anyway, let's play the video here.
I have never heard a man so high in the studio and just sounding out of his mind to the point where he just loses all concept of, I don't know, musicality, intelligibility, flow, the tracks, the mixing, the production, everything having to do with the vocals on this thing just truly amount to nothing. And this has to be one of the worst and most pointless albums I've heard this year. This is just embarrassing. I have never...
Was he going over like the top albums of 2023 so far? Yeah, he was. I think that's another artist right there. I don't know. I don't get the hate. I've already talked about it so many times. I liked Summrs' album, man. It was a good album, or at least half of it was good. I just think it's a general trend that artists are dropping too large of albums. However, they're kind of incentivized to do so because their diehard fans will listen to the entire album and give them more streams than they would have if it was just a solid 16-track project as opposed to 25. You get essentially double the streams or very close to it just with one swift move. Or maybe it's just because I don't know, like, you feel like you got to put on all these tracks, but there got to be an executive producer, somebody at the label just to come in and be like, yo, this shit is trash. That song is garbage. This is a throwaway. This is filler. Like, the whole point of making albums is not to young boy it. It's not to just put as many songs as possible. Like, there has to be still art to it. Once music loses all of its art and just becomes strictly a money grab, which a lot of times nowadays it is, but it still has a hint of art. And that's why when the art shines through, like, that's when it really hits for the fans. But if it keeps continuing this way of fast food, like just throwing 30, like when Gucci Mane did an 80-track album, you're just killing the whole love of the game. Like, nobody wants to see that. It's like NBA and not playing defense. It's like you're making you're making it unwatchable at this point. Nobody cares about a 360 dunk or like first week sales or whatever if you're throwing 60 tracks on it, or if the person's not playing defense on you. Chris Brown did it too, exactly. So yeah, I think that's the only thing that these newer artists need to learn. Just stop putting 25 track albums. I mean, I think it's cool how Uzi keeps it short. Eternal Take was like 16, right? And he made it, you know, maybe it didn't have the best perception, although it did at the very beginning, but then later on it kind of, I don't know, people just found it boring as opposed to a whole lot of red. So I don't know, just at least the mentality of Eternal Take. Put only the best songs. Tyler, the Creator, is dropping a project. He's dropping Call Me If You Get Lost, estate sale with the throwaways. That's what it should be. Do tell the fans like these are the throwaway tracks that did not make it onto the album. But I feel like artists be just recording 25 songs nowadays, especially YoungBoy, and just dropping it in a project. And it's like, yo, none of these were supposed to make it. It's supposed to take, that's why back in the day it took artists years to make an album, because they're recording hundreds of tracks and then putting those on the album. You don't need to release every track to the public, just like how Cardi has so many leaks, because most of those tracks, all of those tracks are practically throwaways, and look how fire they are. So what does that tell you about the project? It's going to be even better. What is the minimum number of songs? Well, the EPs are usually like 9 tracks, right? Maybe even like 12. But once you get past, I say 20, 22 is the max, bro. If you're doing 25, just stop, man. And if you really want to drop those other songs, leak them or put them on a SoundCloud or drop it on a deluxe or something. Maybe just drop music videos, drop them on other platforms. But I feel like the album is supposed to be a work of art. It is not about the numbers. It is about how cohesive can you make a project and just be utterly perfect, not rough. The album is not supposed to be unmixed, unmastered, just like it's not supposed to have a bunch of filler on there. You're not going to hear random noises on a song because your engineer is going to clean it up, just like the artist should do with their album. Talk about Autumn's upcoming album. Autumn blocked me, so I can't even see his album. So I don't even care. Frankly, how am I supposed to check in on his album if he blocked me? That's how you know an artist is pussy. Like, you serious? Like, I didn't even say anything bad. What did I say? My Uber driver. I don't know if he did it before or after the Uber driver. I had one this weekend. I was going to a Miami Music Week event, and he pulled out in the middle of the road in a major road, and we got sideswiped, and his car was totaled. And so then I posted a story saying like driving like, and then I did a leaf that was like disintegrating, like an autumn leaf, a fall leaf. I don't know if he did it before or after that. He probably did it before, when I was just saying like he's stupid for saying that he's falling off and like not getting a bunch of likes on his Instagram. It's like, bro, this relates directly into what we're talking about. Stop looking at the numbers and just make good music, and then the numbers will follow. Like, it's not that hard. Same thing with content. When people ask me like, how do you grow? I'm like, make good music, make good YouTube videos, make good, stream well, be funny, plan everything that you're doing, make it all high quality. Stop like winging it. Stop looking at your likes. Like, everybody's so self-conscious about that.